Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm introducing the slide Merrily Kiss the Quaker, also called Merrily Kissed the Quaker, Merrily Danced the Quaker, Merrily Kissed the Quaker's Wife, and a number of other names. No surprise, right? And I'm introducing the tune using the carry tenor D, an excellent whistle. If you want a whistle that I'm just getting started playing and I want a good whistle, but I don't want to break the bank to get started, then carry tenor D. And I'll put a link to that in the notes to this video. This is a great tune. I'll walk us through the tune. It has 3 parts, each repeat. And there are variations of the tune that only have 2 parts. No surprise there as well. Anyway, I'll walk us through each part, standing, going slowly through each part. And then in the play along with Scott section, I'll play the whole tune. Now, that might sound a little daunting, but even though there are 3 parts, each part's only 4 measures long, and there's a consistent theme through the tune. So don't worry, because I think it'll get into you pretty quickly, and you'll feel like you're really getting to know it. After I walk us through each part, I'll play through the play along with Scott section, standing like I said, so you can see my hands. We'll talk about challenges I think you'll experience. Then we'll talk about some ornamentation and expression ideas, and I'll share a little bit of the history of the tune, as far as I could find anyway. And in a couple of days, I'll share a practice session of this tune, and my practice session will be ornamentation and expression focused, because I think that's one of the things we really need to think through with a particular slide like this. But it's a blast. Now, I am sharing a transcription I've come up with that is very similar to what I found like on the session website and other traditional websites. I've modified it minimally based on listening to a lot of people playing it. But to be honest, once you start ornamenting this, you're going to realize why over the duration of the life of this tune, why there are so many variations of it, because as you're ornamenting it, it starts to take on a life of its own. Anyway, so it's great fun, great fun. So here is the first part, the A part, and I'll play it through, I think I'll do like a measure, slowly pause, then another measure, pause, and do it that way. Here's the A part. All right, that's the A part. Now for the B part. I'll play this the same way. All right, that's the B part. And now the C part. Alrighty, that's all three parts. And I've broken it down that way so that you could go through each of those. And I'm adding chapters to this video so that you can go back to each chapter and you can come back and you can learn the A part. Just focus on learning the A part, and then focus on learning the B part, then focus on learning the C part. So you get the core of the tune. You feel like you've got that, then play along with me in the play along with Scott section. After you do that, you're then able to start ornamenting and expressing it as you want. And at that point, you realize why the core of the tune has become pretty fluid, but it still revolves around the same theme consistently, no matter what variation you use. And so I am providing a link in the top of the notes to this video so that you could access the page of my website from which to download the music and tabs for the transcription I'm providing. And a lot of other sites have transcriptions too, and you could find more. So here in the Play Along with Scott section, Merrily Kiss the Quaker. All right, that's the whole tune. As far as difficulties go, be patient with getting the tune into your hands and mind there. So do go back through each of those little introductory sections, and then once you're able to play along with me at the kind of the pace I'm playing it in the Play Along with Scott section, then you could feel okay. There are a few of those triplet runs you want to watch. you do have to play the high B, but I think you're going to feel it. Again, that in the A part, that from a B to the low octave D. Some of those note jumps you may find a little difficult. If anything, if you find anything difficult, like I say, slow it down, back it up, and go into just that. Just go into that piece. And in the third part, depending upon the whistle you have, because you need to play up to the second octave B. And again, this is why I say get a whistle that'll play up there. Don't buy a whistle that you have to arm wrestle or play so crazy loud. So if you need to work on that, just sometimes punching it a little bit more, going a little faster makes it okay. And one other quick side note, I'm accentuating the movement of my fingers when I'm demonstrating a tune. So as you're playing it, don't move your fingers way too much. Try and you want them off the holes enough that you're not distorting the tone, but close enough to the holes that it's easy for you to move back quickly. Watch a lot of folks, great players play, and it's like, are their fingers off the whistle? See, you're going to find that sweet spot. Now, thinking through ornamentation and expression, I'm going to share, like I said, a practice session where I'm specifically talking about that with this tune. But as you could hear, so it's a slide, so it's a quick, very quick dance tune. And so you've got a lot of a bouncy rhythm. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to work on your taps, your cuts, your rolls, throw a slide or two in, but it's really the quick bouncy ornaments you want to use to accentuate this. And again, I've got a practice session where I'm going to focus on that. History of the tune, not a lot known. What we know for certain, excuse me, is that this is a really old tune. Most scholars say that it probably originated in Scotland somewhere in the 18th century, at least by then, because in the second half of the 18th century, there was a publication of dance tunes of Scotland, and that what is determined to be this tune was in there. But again, you're going to find evidence for this tune in Ireland. There's even evidence that the tune had already made it to New York by the late 18th century. So very, very popular tune. At least 200 years old, because it had to be popular enough to be included in a popular dance catalog that came out in the 18th century. Now, this is also that time period, bear in mind, where it was easier to travel from some portions of Scotland to some portions of Ireland than it was to go inland in both countries. But we don't know. There's so much speculation. And I've read some really great comments and commentaries. I dove in on this one to some of that real geeky music historian stuff. And they're like, well, we found evidence of the core of the tune in this publication way back hundreds of years ago. Maybe. I don't know. I think all I could say is it's a Scots-Irish tune. It's probably a Scots-Irish tune rather than an Irish-Scots tune. And it's at least a couple hundred years old. 17, it's probably 300 years old, because 18th century. So it's a beautiful tune. It's a lot of fun. If this walkthrough's been helpful for you, please like the video so more folks can find us and our great community of friends learning the whistle, low whistle focus. If you've played this, you got some thoughts on it, you have some other favorite transcriptions, stick some comments down there. If you're brand new to our channel and you've not subscribed yet, oh, please do. We'd love to welcome you into this great community of folks learning together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.